Action.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about the first time you met each other?
Ooh, the first time we met each other was in Santorini, Greece.
Did you guys live in Greece at the time?
No, we both had just graduated, and we had, as a graduation present, we had gone on a trip on two different trips. And our tour operator was the guy in common, so he's the one who introduced us.
So you were not together
No.
on the trip?
No, not at all. Didn't know each other. And then sure enough, Peter, our tour guide operator, mentioned, oh, I was with Neelam and Mary going down to, I remember it so vividly. I was walking down to the pier and Raj was coming up and he had said, what did you say?
Nothing, I didn't say anything. I said hi.
Yeah, that was it. Hi. And Peter had said, oh, have you guys met each other? You guys are both from Toronto. And sure enough, we actually lived one street over from each other on Brock Avenue versus Lansdowne Avenue. And we had...
Emerson.
Oh, Emerson. Yeah. And we both had gone to the same public school, we found out.
But you never met each other all that time?
No. He
So-
was much older than I was.
How old are you? How old were you?
How old was I? I was 25 at the time. No, 22.
You were 25 at the time.
I was 22.
How old were you?
I had just finished medical school. I was like 23, 24. You were
You
younger.
finished
Shami.
medical school at 23, 24?
Yeah. I did.
You were 22?
21.
21.
Yeah. Because we got married at 24.
So,
So
When-
why did you decide to get married to each other?
I had no choice.
Me too. Shotgun marriage.
and can you tell me about the first time? Did you go out when you were in Greece?
Well, no, I'll tell you this one. The first time I actually got up the nerve to come and ask Shami to go out for dinner, and she said, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, we'll go." But are Merv and Paul coming? Because Mary and Neelam are going to be coming too. And that was the end of that.
So it wasn't a solo date, it was a group date. I was Indian.
When was the first time you went on a solo date?
July 7th.
Was
1988.
this still in Greece or after you
No,
got
in
back?
back here. Young in Eglinton was our first date.
We went to see Bull Durham.
Yeah. We ate
And I was running behind by about half hour to 45 minutes, and I met Shami at just outside a restaurant, and she was pretty pissed off because I was like 45 minutes late.
Does she have a hot temper?
Huh? Well, and then we sat down for a drink and something to eat, and I can't even remember what place that was, but it came to like $8. So I gave her $20. I put out $20, and I'm waiting for the tip, and she goes, "Okay, let's go."
I didn't know he was waiting for the tip, for the change.
So I had no choice but to leave. I had to leave the $20 there. And then we got to the movie late, and we sat in the very last row of the movie.
Yeah, Bull Durham.
So how long did you guys date before you got married?
4 years.
Did your parents know about each other at the time?
Well, the very first time that I went to Shami's place, I didn't drive. I had to take the GO train in, and Shami would pick me up from the GO train. We would go out to Oakville and everything else, and then one time she was going, "Oh, let's go for dessert," and she said she forgot her wallet. She was just going to stop by at home, and she pulls into the driveway. I was expecting to just sit in the driveway, but her dad was out there watering the grass. And I still remember the first thing he said to me. He said, "How do you do, my friend?" I had to get out of the car. I said hi. Then I came in and went to the kitchen, and her mom was making hamburger patties.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they had guests over. I don't even know who they were. They never
Majid
came,
from Montreal.
they never came inside. They sat outside the whole time. And Shami's mom asked me, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." I didn't know what to say whatsoever. And then she left me sitting in her living room. The Shami's parents and her guests were outside eating hamburgers and doing the barbecue. And Shami was upstairs with her two sisters, and I was just sitting in the living room, just sweating.
Oh yeah, man, I had to.
And it
Just
went
a-
on for like, she didn't come down for almost an hour.
Oh yeah.
What about
And I remember Nishi kind of snuck down the stairs and kind of peeked around the corner, and that was that.
were your parents at all concerned about you dating him?
No, we weren't dating. We were good friends. We were just friends back then, you know. No, they weren't too concerned because he was brown. Oh, and a doctor too, so they were okay.
Oh,
And then what happened was that there was a lot of pressure for us to quote get married. They would always say, "So why aren't you getting married, etc." And then it got to a point where we had to have family forum where we got our family together and her family together in Oakville, and we had to tell them, "Please don't tell us to get married."
Yep,
Yeah.
the good old days.
when was the first time Papa and Mama met Shami?
Ooh, actually at the hospital, Raj had
I was
admitted.
I was working at the Clark, and I was on call, and I got very, very sick, and I had what's called a peritonsillar abscess. So I went to, after I finished my shift, I went in the morning to Toronto General Hospital, and they admitted me right away. And when I was admitted, I was put on also strong narcotics for the pain, and that's when Shami and her friend came to visit me, and Papa and Mama came at the same time.
I was with Ashna.
Right.
Yeah, so then that's when I saw your Mama and Papa.
Did they know about you at all?
They
They
didn't
knew
know
that she existed.
Yeah, but they didn't know me visually, so they had asked Ashna, "Oh, are you the one?" And they said, she said no, and they said, "Oh, thank God."
Were you allowed to date?
Well, Shami's parents used to take me wherever they were invited. I mean, for all the weddings and stuff. I was always I don't think I was on the invitation. I just always showed up.
Plus one?
Plus one.
Yeah.
I was the plus one. But the funniest thing was, like,
Now you're plus two.
the funniest thing was that I was going to take Shami to Greece to propose to her. And I just let Shami know that just pack your suitcase, I'm going to take you away somewhere. And I never told her about what. And then I told Shami's mom that I was going to take Shami to on vacation. And I was working on that Saturday, and she called me, and she chewed me out for like almost an hour
A Queen Street medical
on
clinic.
Queen Street. Yeah.
Because you were going to travel with her?
Yes.
Before marriage.
Before marriage.
Yeah.
So, but they let you go? Or they
Yes.
didn't have a choice?
She didn't have a choice.
So what happened when you came back and you told them you were...
Well, during our trip, we were there for 2.5 weeks. He had proposed to me in Greece, so
After we
they
fell
came.
down the scooter.
Yeah, so he came. Both parents, my parents and Roger's parents, came to the airport with laddus.
Laddu!
With laddus, sorry, laddu, and we had. They were very happy.
Can you tell me, let's go back to the family forums, what happened to those at those family forums?
Oh, it was intense. Yeah.
Oh, Sudhir did a lot of the talking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the one who,
Negotiated.
the terms, leave them alone. They'll do it when they're ready, and, yeah.
But that didn't stop them. They would say, okay, what about November this, that's your birthday. What about December 12th, that's your my parents' anniversary. What about December 14th? What about so on and so
There are certain
forth.
dates, yeah.
What do you most fight about?
When? Now?
Yeah, you two.
We don't fight. Oh. Oh, are you being real truthful? Okay, what do we fight about?
I don't know.
His lack of doing anything around the house? You mean that part? Yeah.
What about you, Raj? What drives you crazy?
Huh?
The